All right, y'all. Rapper and love and hip hop personality Yung Joc sat down with Vlad TV and said that $250,000 was not enough for him to perform at an LGBTQ event. Now, when asked the hypothetical question, Yung Joc said, "Nah, because I don't want to start doing that. Maybe I'm not comfortable with that lifestyle. Is that okay?" He continued, "I may not feel comfortable rapping this song, and this man is looking at me with lustful eyes, with his nipples out with lipstick on, rapping my lyrics to me." What are your thoughts on Yung Joc feeling uncomfortable at LGBTQ events? Q, let's go to you first.
You know what? I think that this is the biggest crock of BS that I have heard from artists in a long time. Yung Joc is definitely an example of a case where the more you talk, the worse you make it be. So I looked at he recently with his radio show in Atlanta spoke to the backlash, all right? And one of the things that he tried to hold firm on the fact, he kept trying to throw in there, is it my fault that I wasn't raised that way? I'm not coming, he kept talking about, I wasn't raised that way. But you know what, Yung Joc, I'm pretty sure you probably were not raised to do a lot of the stuff that you do on Love and Hip Hop and a lot of the things that are associated with Love and Hip Hop, but you do those things anyway. People like to think homophobia doesn't always look like, oh, you're a faggot. Oh, bump those sissies. You know what I'm saying? It comes in subtle ways as in the form of attitudes and opinions and the way people move. The second thing, and the more funny thing, the ignorance surrounding, I don't want to sing my song and somebody is looking at me with lustful eyes. The nerve. Yung Joc, to be quite honest with you, and I love Joc and I hate to have to do it to him, but most women don't even want you. Oh. All right. So the nerve of you to think that a man do, and that's the other thing I want to get out there to the straight community, which is so damaging sometimes. Y'all think that because somebody gay, they're going to automatically want to be looking at you. You don't like every woman, do you? So what makes you think that every man would want you? Now, it's speaking to his comfort thing, because I already hear y'all in the comments. He don't have to do nothing he uncomfortable with. Y'all can't force y'all lifestyle on everybody. Y'all can't make everybody be comfortable with that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I'm not arguing that point. I'm not arguing that point. You don't have to be comfortable with it. But being a celebrity, being somebody who's been in the media long enough, you should know when to shut your damn mouth. That's number one. And number two, or number three, number seven, I forgot what point I'm at this point. Again, don't flatter yourself, because Beyond Meet Me at the Club is going down. Nobody even knows what else you sing, and I highly doubt anybody will be giving your ass $250,000 to get up there and sing that one song, hypothetically or real life-thetically.
He better take that $250,000 to do that appearance. That's a nice fee, and take a page out of people like Tank's book. Tank is a straight man married to a woman. He got very popular actually when he started doing LGBTQ. I mean, he was already successful, but it went to another level with the community because he was like not afraid to do those events. And if that's not your thing, fine, let it not be your thing. But I just think making the statement was where he went wrong. Like, you don't need to say that. And the lustful eyes thing, I think that's where he lost a lot of people. Like,
Claudia, I want to make.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to make one more point. Here is how you know the stuff is rooted in ignorance. And Joc, I'm not blaming him, because a lot of Black men are ignorant. But those lustful eyes that you're worried about, when you do a regular event, they're still in the audience. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this hypothetical fear that you have is really rooted in nothing, because the same gays, if you do a straight event, they're the ones that you're worried about with the lustful eyes, they still have access to you being in the audience at a straight event. So what happens when you do a straight event and you doing your one song that you got and they looking at you with the lustful eyes? Then what?
Well, that's true. Anyone else who lives in Atlanta, where you're going to get the lustful eyes at the grocery store, you're going to get all that. And you should probably know that by now. I actually love Joc. I really think I like his personality. I just think this was definitely a misstep with making that comment. You're in Atlanta. You should be very used to being around the community, because the majority of the city is that. Al, what do you think?
Didn't we read he was like an Uber? Wait a minute. Didn't we read he was like an Uber driver, but the app was called Pull Up and Go before COVID? And remember, he was the marketing guy for this Uber company, or this Uber-like company called Pull Up and Go. And he was a driver that was driving people around because he didn't want to share the marketing dollars to get someone else to film it. Anyway, I say all that to say, how prideful are you that you're willing to chauffeur gays around, but you won't perform in front of them, which is what you actually do? That's kind of weird to me. How are you willing to make money off of the back of gays with your car chauffeur company, but you don't want to sing and perform in front of them? I feel like this: if Moneybagg Yo and Rick Ross can do it, and they are 10 times more successful than Yung Joc, I think Yung Joc should just think about it. Think about what it is that's holding you back from getting $250,000 in this hypothetical situation.
No, he shouldn't think about SHIT. He shouldn't think about nothing. That's the other thing the gay community got to stop doing. Stop getting mad. Listen to what people listen to what folks are saying to us when they say it out their mouth. Y'all are getting mad about somebody who do not want you. That doesn't even make sense to me. I would not exalt any more energy or time pouring into somebody that don't want to perform. You don't want to perform? Cool. We'll keep our $250 hypothetical dollars.
He don't want them and they don't want him. So it's a wash.
It's a win-win.
Rosemary Watson said he might be afraid of being labeled by other rappers.
And that's a problem that heterosexual Black men have got to figure out amongst themselves, and don't pull us into it and make it about lustful eyes and all of that. What you need to say is, I'm scared of what my homeboy is going to think of me at damn near 50 years old.
I think people need to just kind of check themselves individually too. You know what I mean? It's what came first, the chicken or the egg. Okay, you have your issues. Was someone aggressive to you that you didn't like? Did you get advances that you didn't like? And that's inappropriate too. If someone doesn't want those advances, then let's not act like that does not happen. Because I've been around some of my gay friends where they've been throwing the bussy at straight men, where it was like, if this was a girl-guy situation, you might get some charges right now. Let's calm down. And vice versa. There's no need to be hyper masculine and just think that everyone wants you just because you're in the room with a gay man. Like, I agree with you. I hate when I hear that. I'm like, what makes you think most gays like attractive men, real cute guys? And don't assume everyone that's gay wants you. Like, I think there's work that needs to be done across the board.